For step 4, attaching the spur gear, we need to grab a couple of pieces. We've got our spur gear, and then we've got this piece A5, which is going to attach to the spur gear. And you can see that then we're going to attach it to the gearbox we just put together, but there's a pin that's going to go through on this side, and then there's a little screw that gets attached, which you can kind of see on this piece. One side, the pin is locked in place. On this side, it's not. But once you put the screw into that hole, it's going to lock the pin in place so that it doesn't come out. So that's what we need to do. So we've got our screws and our little shaft there. So I'll set this up and we'll put this together. So first off, let's get this piece attached to the spur gear. And you can see it's going to be attached by 2 screws on the other side. Now, from what I can see, it's not going to matter which way you do this, but you can see it says it's an 83 tooth spur gear. It says 83 tooth right there. Well, this is going to fit on top of that. And you can see on the other side, it needs to screw into a couple of those holes. Now, it doesn't matter which way you turn this around, it can fit into any of those 2 holes. So whichever way works for you. So if we were to grab one of these, I'm going to put that into there and we'll start screwing that in place. And you can see that's going to go in on that side. I'll do the same thing with the other now that we know that's the 2 sets of holes I'm going to use. And we'll screw that down. Okay, so there we go. So there is that piece attached to the spur gear. So now this is going to slide onto the gearbox we just finished. And I'm just going to do one little quick check with this. Make sure it actually is in all the way. Yes, that's fine. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab our gearbox, turn it around, because obviously we need to be working on this side. This is going to fit over top of that, just like that. And you can see that there is a pin hole right there that is going to fit, and you can kind of see that hole and you can see where that sits. We're going to grab our pin. If we take this, we can see this. We're going to put the pin into the hole, slides across, and now we have this little tapping screw that's going to tie this all up and finish it off. So I'm just going to change my screwdriver out because we're going to need the little one. Hold this, grab that, put it in, and we'll screw this in place. And that's that. That really is that screw's job, is just to make sure that that pin doesn't come out. And you see now this is all nice and smooth. That's awesome. So that part is done. We've now attached the spur gear. So now we're going to move on to step 5 and work on attaching the spur gear cover.